Hello everyone, my name is Meera Krishna and I am here in this video to explain how we have done code review on evaluating the effectiveness of pair programming in preventing data declaration errors. So let's start. So, what is pair programming? Pair programming is a software development practice where two programmers work collaboratively on the same code and this has been widely adopted to improve the code quality. And in this video, what we have done in code review is that we will examine the role of pair programming where two programmers work on the same code and how its role in preventing data declaration errors. And pair programming actually offers real-time error detection. It helps in reducing data declaration errors. We have understood what is pair programming. So now our task is to understand what are data declaration errors. So it is a type of error in which variable declaration, type mismatches, and scope issues are there. Like for example, of data declaration errors are there when there is incorrect data type assignment. For example, we assign a character to an int object, so like that, and undeclared variables, scope issues like we have used a local variable in a local variable in other part of the program, and or there is uninitialized variables. We try to use variables which are not initialized, so it will give errors. That type of errors are data declaration errors, and its impact is great. It will these are actually minute errors, and this will create a great impact, that is it crushes the whole program. And in this pair programming approach, pair means actually two, and there are two person. One is the driver and another one is the navigator. So actually what happens when we write solo programs, we have to take care of our errors and also we have to write the code ourselves. So there is no one to navigate us. So in this, there is one driver who writes the code and actually another one is navigator who reviews code. And if there is any error like this minute data declaration error will arise, the navigator will help us to correct. So this is actually my code which I took to inspect or do the code review. And this is C++ program implements a library management system that allows users to manage books in a library. And it provides functionality to add books, display books, search for a book by title, borrow and return books, and it saves and retrieves book record from a CSV file. So the key components of the uh, code includes book class that represents a book with attributes like title, author, ISBN, publication year, and availability status. And it also have library class, which have methods that include load books from file. Actually, this is stored in a CSV file, that is library data.csv. Save books to file, add book, display book, search book by title, borrow book, return book, etc. And next in that main function, it have a main function. Actually, it is coming in next slide. It displays a menu-driven system allowing users to add a book, display all books, search for a book by title, borrow a book, return a book, and exit the program also. And actually, how this program works is that when the program starts, it loads book records from library data.csv. The user is shown a menu to perform different operation. If a book is borrowed, its availability status is changed to false. When a book is returned, its status is changed to true. Any changes made like adding, borrowing, returning are saved to the CSV file to persist data. And there are two methodology of the study, that is black box testing and white box testing. And actually in black box testing, it is concerned with only input and output of the code. It is not concerned about internal logic, while in white box testing, it is concerned about input, output, and also the internal logic of the code. So now we are diving deeper into white box testing. We already discussed that white box testing is not only concerned with inputs and outputs, it's also concerned about the state or internal logic. And there are two types of white box testing. One is statement coverage and another one is branch coverage. The statement coverage ensures that the every line of code is executed at least once during testing. And the branch coverage, it ensures that all branches, like if else condition, are tested at least once. So coming now to black box testing. So there are two approaches used in black box testing also. That is, one is equivalence class partitioning and another one is boundary value analysis. So in equivalence class partitioning, we divide input values into valid and invalid partitions. So here we can say that add a valid book. If like it is like valid, then result is pass. Borrow an available book or borrow a non-existing book, or borrow a return a borrowed book, return a book that was in for borrowed. Every class cases should be checked at least once. And then is boundary value analysis. So in this, actually what happens is we check the extreme cases like test values at boundary limit, that is minimum and maximum. Less than minimum or also less than minimum values, which is less than minimum, and greater than maximum are also taken to check that our code is working fine, like it is not giving any, like it should give error. So let's now uh, go deep into code review conclusion. So when we check the code structure, yeah, it's well structured with modular classes. Then we are going to readability. It is also having good indentation, clear variable names, data handling. So it uses CSV for storage, making it persistent. User input validation lacks validation for year and SPN, and that's a drawback. So we should add input validation to prevent incorrect data entry. And memory management, it uses vector for dynamic storage. So this is the code review. So now we are just checking what are the tools for pair programming. First one is IDE and tools, that is Eclipse, IntelliJ IDE. And then is version control. Git, we can use Git also. And we also have to follow the coding standards like Google Java style guide, etc. This is a statistical graph that shows the results of error reduction using pair programming as well as solo programming. So it's clearly visible that the average errors is very minimal in pair programming, while it is maximum in solo programming. While pair programming takes time because it leads to the discussion between two people. It reduces error also at a very low level, to a very low level. When we are going to the qualitative analysis, it's found out that solo errors like type mismatches, scope issues, like data declaration errors are very common, and 85% of errors were caught in real time. So this pair programming, since there is one driver and one navigator, it's very easy to identify well when we are doing pair programming rather than we are doing solo programming. So if we go to developer satisfaction and feedback, we get to know that higher satisfaction, uh, that is pair programming group satisfaction is 4.5 out of 5, while solo programming is just 3.2 out of 5. It is based on statistical data, like real-time statistical data, and improved quality, like improved code quality and knowledge sharing is also there in pair programming. That's how pair programming outstands solo programming. As a result, we can conclude that Pair programming reduces data declaration errors, of course, because when one is there to navigate these small mistakes like uninitialized variables, etc., can be easily identified. And benefits outweigh the added time investment. When we also saw in that graph that while pair programming takes more time, it reduces error at a minimal level. And also it is used for critical modules and training developers. Thus, now we are concluding our code review and inspection regarding pair programming and the reduction or effectiveness in reducing data declaration errors. So pair programming actually reduces declaration errors. Yeah, it takes time compared to solo programming because it is effectively discussing what to do and what not to do, and but at the same time it improves quality, knowledge sharing, and satisfaction. It also promotes a culture of continuous learning. So pair programming is better than solo programming, and it is actually effective in reducing data declaration errors. Thank you so much. Uh, we'll be back with another new video. Bye.